Alrighty, guys. How everybody is doing? And we are in front of my bike. We're gonna kind of open it up and see what's going on. Hopefully, you guys can subscribe to my channel and see what's going on. Well, unlike the bike, if I'm out of frame, you're still gonna hear me regardless. We trying this new microphone, and hopefully it is good. So let me put my key over here. Nice, nice place to do. So this is the way I have my bike done. Hopefully you guys enjoy this content. Beautiful bike, I love it. If this is your first time over here in our channel, please make sure you hit the thumb and like our videos. Definitely share, subscribe, tell your friends about us, and tell us how we're doing. Nice little motorcycle gloves. Gotta love these gloves. Control your knuckles, protect them. Pretty cool. Um, we're gonna try to do this, folks. Maybe next week, live. So we'll see how that's gonna go. But anyway, love these gloves. As you can see, I'm not wearing any shoes, which is okay. I am free spirit guy. So we really have plenty of room. Okay, the bike was charging. I am going to disconnect it from a charge. I was charging a couple of days ago because it was a week and I have extension cord that I use. So I don't have to go crazy. And I know you guys asked me many times in the video what kind of charge I'm using, and I had a YouTube subscriber that complained about this. If you can hear it, this thing wobbles inside. Look, it's not a great quality, right? So it is a 72 volt, 5 amp charge. It's not 10. There are components inside. You can see they're shiny. Um, Slow is wearing out. Used it for some time now, right? But it's wearing out, of course. Again, 72 volts. Um, Kind of sloppy. I mean, figure you pay $1,000 for a battery. This thing moves, kind of sloppy. Had to do my own creation. This piece also moves. Don't like its twisty cables. Now I have two connectors, right? These are the 60s, the XT60s, and 12 gauge, and they're rated at 200 Celsius, so they're pretty decent. As you can see, good quality cables. So this cable is used for a bike, all right, and this is the male. This is a female. So when the battery is completely uh, out of the bike, and I have to charge it off the season, whatever, once a month or whatever, I use this on my battery in the apartment, in the house. So we'll put that over here for now, just to make sure that that's that. So why did I mention this charger? I did because one of the subscribers in my uh, YouTube channel had actually purchased the same battery, and that battery uh, somewhat when it was being charged, I guess overheated or whatever it was, and it blew up in a smoke. So kind of awkward. I don't know which way to put the bike. I'm going to try to do it the way you guys can enjoy this. All right, there you go. So this is the bike. Um, Let me put this back to the side. Let me to the chair. So this is maybe, folks. I want you to be happy with the video. I'm lucky this time that I have the wireless microphone so I can move around and do things. So this is the bike. Love this bike. Has a couple of things that I go in bed. You know what I mean? Um, as you can see, the controller is pretty much Then right over here, um, it's an 80 amp controller. Um, it will put out 80 amps definitely. Um, Unfortunately, as we mentioned before on our YouTube channel, that even though the controller is 80 amps, the battery only provides 50 amps continuous power and 100 amps of peak power. I believe that burst is for about a couple of seconds. Anyhow, I know you can see it that far from there, but I'm not gonna go crazy with moving the battery. I mean the phone back and forth. But I have a sensor over here that stays with the controller, tells me how hot the controller is, and I also have a sensor taped with a Gorilla Tape to my battery. Tells me how warm the battery is. If you guys want more details on that, comment down below and tell me that you want more details on those two sensors. As you can see, the frame, it was painted a couple of times. There were certain things done to it, and it's looking pretty much, every couple months differently. Originally, this was black, semi-gloss. Now it's kind of like flat black, and of course, one screw is missing over here due to the fact I had to cut this part of length of a frame up in here due to the battery fitment. So I might put, or I will probably put a dummy nut or screw over here, same type. Now this one is totally different screw. It's an Allen key, not a T24. All these are T24 screws, which also fits the front or the rear um, disc brakes, the same measurement. This one is over here missing, completely broke off inside, so I would have to do pretty much a nut and nut over here as uh, for cosmetic purposes. Um, Other than that, we have in the future we have plans of bleeding our brakes. So if you want, you can stay tuned. Again, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss these uh, kind of projects that we have planned for. We did catch a flat tire. That video is also in my YouTube channel. You can take a quick look of how that went about. Um, my brakes are very spongy, so yes, we're gonna need bleeding. Usually when they are like that, that means that brakes have too much air. I do have spare, not spare, but I do have new brake shoes or brake pads, whatever you want to call it. We will be installing those brake pads. I bought it off of Amazon, and hopefully, it fits good. You know, hopefully there's no problem with it. And other than that, put different air valves for shows. It's pretty decent. Let me fix the microphone, guys. It's gonna be a little bit crazy, but I want to put it right over here. There we go. All right, there we go. No, probably shouldn't. Hear me better. So yes, what we were thinking. I was thinking of ready to put the thermal fluid uh, in a motor where everybody does it. I don't know if that's gonna help. Lots of people they comment in the YouTube channels that it detaches the magnets, so that might not be it. That's not what we're gonna do. Um, anyway, it's kind of trying to make sure that my microphone is fine. It's kind of awkward because I don't want to drill any holes. That's for sure. And I don't want to make any crazy modification uh, and then later trying to glue things and screw things. So that's pretty much what's in the horizon. Man, mosquitoes are killing me over here. Um, I did put a sock. Well, it's not really a sock, but I call it a sock for the rear shock. It is definitely needed, much needed because of all the gravel and dust and mud, everything coming around. As you can see at the bottom of the bike, which is right over here, I wasn't able to put all my wires inside the battery because it was just so full, and I would have to extend the battery, and it's just unnecessary work. The season is already coming, full throttle, so we we might have to put that away. On this side, all I have is pretty much the same thing like on the other side. It's just we have a hydraulic brake line, and I'm looking at my brakes in the front. They look good. I found the what do you call the bleeding points on a bike uh, on my calipers, so that's good. I was kind of confused and scared to even go ahead and try to start working with my brakes, but everything looks easy. I'm looking at the screws and nuts from the discs. They look good. Never stripped them, never took them off once I put them on. So in case you guys are wondering, if you look at the bike closely, I think you can pinch, zoom in the video. Um, the uh, the battery actually sits as deep as over here. It's from here all the way here. And if I would have not cut this piece out, right? So this controller cover, because this controller should be inside. I put this controller outside, and there were already two holes in there, so I don't have to go crazy with it. But I did cut out the bottom of the frame here, and it's kind of funny because what happened was, now the battery sits all the way down here, and one, two, three, four screws, they actually hold on to the frame. So I had to gain about 3 inches or so to make sure that the battery squeezes in. So for this issue, I wasn't able to take these cables and put them inside. It was just, claustrophobic over here. Really, really, tangled wires. But I was lucky to actually do was put it down here at the bottom of the bike, which looks pretty decent. And my next step would be putting it over here underneath the seat and kind of I can't zip tie, because if I zip tie, it would be extremely easy to steal it. Now, question is, do I really leave this bike in front of a store or anywhere locked? So I don't leave the side of this bike. This bike is always at the side of my eye. A little paint over here peeling off, and the rust is catching on. Um, so yeah, I don't leave the bike. Um, I'm kind of wondering, is this rust going to continue throughout the whole bike? So I'm not really sure. We'll see. I did strip one hex screw over here um, uh, by the neck, by the handlebars, stem or post, whatever you want to call it. I always forget names. Go figure why. Um, but still here, 50 PCI. I got 30 in the front. It's more damping that I need. The forks are set where it's just a little bit of damp. That's all I get. That's all I get. Okay, you know my issue with the front wheel. It has an issue of kind of wobbly uh, wheel, and it's kind of awkward. Now, the next thing that bothers me in this bike is the way the seat was extended. I extended this way, and it kind of looks sloppy. It doesn't look presentable. I'm not really a fan of the way it came out. Let me see my wife. My wife. It seems like the phone was saying that my wife was coming, but I'm not sure. Let's take a look. I don't see. I don't see a. I don't see a bar. It's a bike, a car, and it says. I don't know. Anyway, just want to make sure my wife doesn't get scared and say like, "Holy shit, this guy's talking to himself." Um, back there, Elite BMX, excellent bike. Scooter over here, got an electric bike over there. But anyway, back to a problem. So originally, what I'm trying to do is, just like I have this, and I'm gonna take that off just for 1 second so I don't do that. Okay, so I have this plexi, right? This plexi. What I want to do is, I want to paint this plexi and put it, cut it out, and put it right over here. Kind of like cut out a rectangle right here and apply it over here, and hopefully paint it yellow, red, and make sure that it matches with the bike on its own. So that's in a future project. So definitely you need to subscribe just to make sure you don't miss that project coming up. Um, Definitely kickstand. Kickstand is giving me a problem. It's always been giving me a problem ever since I installed it. Um, so what I did was I ordered a topping kit. Now, if you know what if you don't know what topping kit is, you can either Google it or you can actually um, um, well, before you Google it, let me just tell you that all it does it makes threads so you can thread in a screw or screw in a nut, whatever you want. So in this situation, I am going to have to do that. Pretty much make a thread into rear dropouts or rear swing arm, and make sure that the kickstand is steady and not moving back and forth, because the kickstand actually hits the pedals, so it's kind of awkward. Now, what do I suggest? Right now, I am a 250-pound guy, right? And I always tell people, it's better to go big than screw things over, right? So originally I was thinking the D&M rear shock, I was thinking, 550 pounds, which is awesome and excellent. But then, on the other hand, I looked uh, on forums, and lots of people were saying like 550 wasn't really uh, strong enough. And none of the uh, viewers actually mention how much do they weigh. So since I am a 250-pound dude, I went with 750 pounds to make sure that it doesn't go too low. And to be honest with you, if you are 200 pounds and over, you definitely got to go with the D&M 750 pound. So yeah, 750 pounds. Was roughly a little bit over $100 with shipping. It was like 180. So it's not a cheap item. It's expensive, especially when you do shipping and handling from China. Um, so I definitely can't wait till I do my brakes. I bleed my brakes. I know that I can get more mileage from my brakes, so I'm going to continue. And then what I'll do is I'll service my brakes, um, clean them out nicely before I even start servicing them. Make sure everything is degrease. You can get these degreases from AutoZone. Brake pad cleaner for the car is excellent for these bikes. And definitely you can wet sand your discs, to scarf them up so they have a better grip. And that's how far we'll go with that. I do have the ignition installed, which it took me a while. As you know, originally I was testing this bike with a 48 volt, 33 amp hour battery, which was two batteries from my previous build, a chopper build, and it it was decent. I was getting 35 miles an hour, so it wasn't so bad. Always use, well, not always. I did use twist throttle before. Never used halfway twist throttle, but I did twist throttle, and my what do you say? God, why is my bumper like this? Okay, so my wrist, I would notice it would hurt me after sometimes riding, right? Now, same thing with the thumb throttle. To be honest with you, I wish this bike had a feature of cruise control where you set at 30 miles an hour and just keeps going. Um, of course, it does have your horn, it does have your headlights, and it does have your taillights. It is not, if you know, these taillights, they come like four different wires because of the signals and things like that, the turn signals. So I have it like not on the brightest, but like kind of like mid-range. But you can still see it very well. And um, the pedals, only one pedal got loose. With all this riding, and the horn is nicely wired, so there's not a problem with that. I took the stickers off the front, obviously, but overall, I think it's an excellent build. It's hard to digest the seat, And by the way, guys, when you do subscribe, when you do comment, I want you to also comment down below about one thing that I asked you to comment before, which is this. I would love to right now go to my house, take the tool, and get rid of this. I don't see a reason for it. I am not ready to buy a second battery. I don't want to buy a second battery. I get great distance with this one. Like I said, top speed 50, let's say, miles an hour. I'll do 44 miles until the bike becomes sluggish. So probably I can get some additional 8 miles out of a sluggish bike. So let's just say 50 miles, but just to be safe, 40, 45 miles in range at speed limit of 48, 47, 50. Um, but again, I want you to comment down below, okay, about this rack. This rear rack is not really making the bike look sharp. Makes it look different, but definitely not sharp. And I believe if this bike was to, God forbid, not get off the wood, to fall or to get out of control, this will be the first thing that would come off and bend the rear part of the seat and kind of cause more damage than it should. So I am thinking that I'll get the tools right now and I'll remove it so it looks more presentable, more realistic, more kind of futuristic, more advanced. Because this is like everybody's confused, like what the F is this? It's kind of too high because original thought was if I lay the battery down, it's gonna be even out. But I'm almost sure that I'm going to take that out today. I do have to hit the gym later. It is 3 o'clock, and we we might have to take that out. But guys, I love this bike. There's no way around it. I just love it. Let me see my wife if I can. No, she's not here. Look at that. It's so funny because these guys, they do paper deliveries, and this is what they do. They toss it over here, and I don't want it. Don't put it right over here. But everything's working fine. Make sure my gate is nice and clean. Close it off. All right, so that's all I got for you folks now. Hopefully you enjoyed the new mic. If you guys want to know about this wireless microphone, um, there is a video about it. and just what it looks like, what model it is. It costs about $10 to get it, and I've been recording with this mic, and I really like it. It makes a huge difference. I don't have to be so close to the camera to uh, project my voice, because if I didn't have a microphone, I would have to scream. And I'm literally almost whispering. I'm kind of like what you might call speaking a regular tone of voice, and it's just awesome because I can walk. It's kind of like, you know, you get an instructor walking around your class and kind of like telling people what's up. Anyway, so we're still rocking the same holder, cell phone holder. I actually like it. I don't have a problem with it. Um, I am going to probably shoot another video, most likely without this goddamn thing, because it's just start long, start looking gayish and just awkward. Nothing against gay people, but figure I'll use that expression. Other than that, um, I'm looking at different frames, of course, lighter frames, and see how that's gonna go. But I think we're gonna stop this video at this point, and I definitely appreciate if you guys subscribe. We get more action. That definitely will help me out with the channel, help me out doing these videos for you guys, putting out all these videos, and hopefully we can all enjoy this content, right? Take care, be safe, wear your gear.